What's up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my PGA cheat sheet video for the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Alright, going to start the video with a quick recap of last week. Last week was awesome. Webb Simpson won, as we know. I did get second in my single entry, which is awesome. Webb Simpson finished first. Ben On was in there, finished 9th. Russell Knox finished 16th for me. Colin Morikawa 25th. Sungjae M 34th. And Corey Connors finished 45th, which was good enough to get me second in my single entry. I almost got first, but I'll take second any day. Great way to end the month. And yeah, it was awesome to see Webb Simpson win that. Was very high on him. I do have a quick announcement to make. I am on Patreon for PGA now. I know some of you guys have got my MMA package, and then also NASCAR will be coming up pretty soon. Anyway, so the PGA, you get my model that includes golfer stats, targets page, projections, my optimizer, and the optimizer is customizable. You can do whatever you want with it. Put your own projections in there. It's really easy to get projections in there. My rankings page and my example cash lineup, the cash lineup I will be using myself. And also an article on why I like these guys and why I'm putting them in my cash lineup, and yeah, and then I access to my Slack chat as well. So $5 a month. I don't think there's better value than that out there. That's $1.25 per tournament, pretty much, and you get a lot of value in that. So I recommend checking that out. I'll put the link in the description for my Patreon. So let's start with the course info here. It's a 3-course rotation, another one of these. I believe it's the last one of the year, though. Pebble Beach is going to be played twice, where we are going to look at that course history quite a bit. I believe it's going to be the last course played as well. 2 par 72s and 1 par 71 course. The yards is 6,816, 6,958, 6,953. And there's lots of par 4s, so we're going to look at the par 4s, and then 29 total with 4 par 5s in each course, and then 13 total par 3s. Some of the key stats we're going to be looking at is strokes gained off the tee, strokes gained on approach, par 4 average, strokes gained approaching the green, birdie or better percentage, driving distance, and par 5 average. Then I'll get in my first look lineup at the end of the video. And then let's start with the 10K range. Dustin Johnson, 11,600. He's 3 top 5s at Pebble Beach in the last 5 years. Finished 7th in his only tournament this year. He's 3rd in strokes gained off the tee. He's a decent putter. Great stats all around for Dustin Johnson. I don't know if you're going to be able to pay up for Dustin Johnson this week. It's just there's not much value this week, to be honest. So I don't know if I'm going to go up there and get Dustin Johnson when I can save money and go down and get maybe Jason Day or Patrick Cantlay as well. So I don't know how much Dustin Johnson I'm going to play. Probably not going to have him in my single lineup as of now, but yeah, just really expensive. I feel like he's going to be pretty hard to fit into the lineup this week. Patrick Cantlay, 10,900. Finished 4th and 2nd in his last 2 tournaments. 1st in the strokes gained on approach, 1st in par 4 average, 6th in par 5 average, 1st in birdie better percentage. He's the best stat fit on the whole slate. Like him quite a bit. Like I said, he's finished 4th and 2nd in his last 2 tournaments, so I think he can do that again, get a top 10 here at 10,900. I think it's a fair price to pay for Patrick Cantlay. Definitely somebody I'm looking at for sure. Jason Day, another guy I'm looking at, 10,300. He has great Pebble Beach history, an average finish of 5 at Pebble Beach, which is very good news. He finishes of 16, 18, 118, and 31 this year. 1st in strokes gained on approaching the green, and he's a pretty decent putter as well. So definitely looking at Jason Day up there in that 10K range. The 9K range is very, very ugly. I can only come up with 2 guys I want to play. Paul Casey, another guy I might be looking at as well. But McDowell, 9,200. I think he's overpriced, first of all. But he's been on fire this year. Average finish of 16 in his 4 tournaments. He did have a withdrawal, though. I finished 18th at Pebble Beach last year. 5th in his strokes gained on approach. He's a great putter as well. So I do think he's overpriced, but I think he fits his course extremely well. He did finish at 18th at Pebble Beach last year, like I said. So I think there's a reason he's priced up this high, and I do think he's going to have a good week. It's really hard to pay 9,200 for McDowell, but I think he's a good play. I think he's going to be lower owned because he is way overpriced in my opinion. I'd like to see him in the 8,000s. Victor Hovland, 9,100. Another guy I think is going to be low owned. No Pebble Beach history. Has struggled so far this year, which I think definitely lowers ownership. Average finish of 46 in his last 5 tournaments. Like I said, he's not been doing too good, but he does have elite ball striking stats, and he's a great putter as well. So the stats are there. I don't know what's going on with him. He can definitely pop off any week. One of these weeks he's gonna have a top 10 out of nowhere. It could be this week, so I'm definitely going to be playing him in some GPP lineups. Probably not going to trust him in a single though. 8K range, lots of guys I like in the 8K range and 7K range. Cameron Champ, first of all, 8,800, finished 28th at Pebble Beach. He's been great this year with a recent form of 21 in his last 5 tournaments. First in strokes gained off the tee, first in driving distance, third in birdie, a better percentage. So great stats. He's been playing phenomenal this year. So 8,800, that's a fair price to me, and I do like Cameron Champ quite a bit. Russell Knox, I like him quite a bit. Been playing him all year, and it's been working out. He's been making cut. He's a cut-making machine. Finished 14th and 15th at Pebble Beach in the last 2 years, which is great. Average finish of 25 in his last 5 tournaments. He's been playing amazing, and he has very solid stats all around. 8,600 is definitely a fair price. Definitely a good cash play. If you can fit him in your cash lineup, that'd be great. Definitely a safe play in my opinion. Daniel Berger, 8,900. Has finished 10th at Pebble Beach. He's been playing very well. Finishes of 9, 29, 38, 17, and 127 in his last 5 tournaments. So very well other than the miscut there. And 17th in strokes gained off the tee, 8th in par 5 average, and then 11th in birdie or better percentage. So yeah, he's been playing very well. He did finish 10th at Pebble Beach before. I believe it was like 5 years ago though. But yeah, I think he's a fine play, 8,900. Honestly, rather play Champ or Knox, but Berger, I feel like it's going to be a pretty popular play, and for a good reason too. Adam Hadwin, 8,100. I like this pricing. I think he's priced accordingly here. He's 6 for 6 cuts made this year. Finished 18th and 29th at Pebble Beach. Average finish of 39.8 in his last 5 tournaments. 16th in strokes gained off the tee. 16th in the strokes gained off the approach. My bad. Good putter. 10th in par 4 average. So I think this is a hit or miss play right here. Usually when I play Hadwin, he does bad, so I don't know. But he's been doing good this year. 6 for 6 cuts made this year. I did play him his last tournament. He did fine. So I'll have some Hadwin here at 8,100. I think that's a fair price to pay for him. Alex Noren, 8,700. No Pebble Beach history, which is kind of concerning, but it has been amazing this year with an average finish of 17 in his last 4 tournaments. It's awesome. 5th in strokes gained on approach. Approaching the green, my bad, and then 8th par 4 average, and then 2nd in par 5 average. So good stats there. He's been playing good. He's fine. Play at 8,700. Oops, had Daniel Berger twice. My bad. All right, Sung Kang, 7,300. Finishes of 14, 1, 78 at Pebble Beach. Has been playing very well. 30th in birdie or better percentage. 12th in par 5 average. 6th in strokes gained off the tee. Solid play at a good price tag. 7,300 I think is fantastic for the way he's been playing. And I do think he has a lot of upside. And he's definitely in some good form as well. Jim Furyk, 7,800, finishes of 14, 66, 7th at Pebble Beach, finishes of 23, 55, 17 this year. He's 2nd in strokes gained on approach. He is a good putter, of course. 1st in drive accuracy and greens in regulation. He fits his course very well. I think he'll have a good week this week. Scott Piercy, 7,800 as well. Rough start to the year, but he's been playing better. Average finish of 28 at Pebble Beach. Average finish of 40 in his last 5 tournaments. And I think Pebble Beach fits him very well as a good course fit there. I like both these guys, Furyk and Piercy. Maverick McNeely is more of a GPP play probably. 7,300. I think he's overpriced a little bit. Finished 85th at Pebble Beach. Average finish of 35 in his last 5 tournaments. He's been playing pretty good. A little overpriced here, like I said. Has made 8 cuts in a row. 6th in par 4 average. 2nd in birdie, better percentage. So stats are there. Just I think he's a little overpriced. Would like to see him in the high 6,000s, but I think he's a fine play at 7,300. Tom Hoge, 7,900, inconsistent at Pebble Beach, but he has been on fire the last 4 tournaments. Finishes of 25, 5, 6, and 12 in his last 4 tournaments, which is fantastic. 7th in strokes gained on approach, 7th in par 4 average, and then 2nd in scrambling. So I think he's a fine player, 7,900. He's been playing very, very well, so I think you can definitely play him at that price tag. Matthew Nesmith, 7,100. No Pebble Beach history. Average finish of 28 in his last 5 tournaments. Another guy's been playing well. Has a good putter. Has made 5 cuts in a row. Cheap and has been playing great. So another play that's been playing really good, and I like his price tag as well. Lucas Glover, 7,600, has finished 7th and 11 at Pebble Beach. Not the best form, though, 49.8 in his last 5 tournaments. I feel like Pebble Beach fits his game really well, though. I feel like he can definitely make the cut here and have success here at Pebble Beach. So, yeah, I like Glover quite a bit at 7,600 as a definitely low-owned play for sure, under 10%. And then Cameron Tringale, 7,000. Cut maker, just missed one cut the last week, but other than that, it made 8 straight cuts. He's been playing okay overall with an average finish of 49. Just a cut maker here. He's been playing really good. Almost made the cut last week, just missed it though. And then in the punt range, there's really nothing much here, but Doc Redman, 6,700. No course history, 9 for 12 and cuts made this year, which is good for his price tag. 4 made cuts in his last 5 tournaments. 9th in strokes gained off the tee, 11th in strokes gained on approach, 4th in par 4 average. So very good stats. He's a fine play at 6,700. DJ Trahan at 6,800 has been playing very well. The price is good, very solid stats for his price. Average finish of 44 in his last 5 tournaments and has made 6 for 8 cuts this year. So both of these punt plays are fine. And then we'll go into my first look cash lineup. Cameron Champ, Victor Hovland, Jason Day, Scott Piercy, Maverick McNeely, Doc Redman. I don't know if I'm using this lineup yet. It's just like a first look lineup, first thing I made, not my cash lineup or anything like that. And yeah, guys, that's about it. If you have any questions, just comment below. Make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it. Also, subscribe if you haven't yet. And make sure you check out that Patreon. I'll put the link in the description. Like I said, you get golfer stats, targets page, projections, optimizer, rankings, example cash lineup with the article, and then access to my Slack chat. So very good deal there. Recommend checking that out. And thank you guys, and good luck this weekend.